Welcome out for another very special episode of It's All Been Tracked Before. This one, everyone loves it. It's the Trouble with Tribbles. It's also special for another reason. It was recorded at the West Grandview Fringe Festival 2017. So a lot of special guest stars. You might hear people eating in the background. You'll probably hear people drinking, clattering, clinking of glasses. Speaking of awesome morsels, Stark Story Snacks Season 2. They're out there. Go get them. While you're at it, get Season 1. They're snacks. Load up on them. Also, while you're supporting us by listening to us, patreon.com/IABD. Get special IABD Presents bonus stuff, all kinds of stuff. It helps us. It helps you. It makes the world a better place. I'm only slightly overstating that. So should we check that out and check out everything on the IABD Presents Network, IABDpresents.com. And now check out this very special episode live from Jimmy V's in Grandview. Recorded live from Jimmy V's in Grandview. This is the Trouble with Tribbles episode of It's All Been Tracked Before.
Welcome out to another episode of It's All Been Tracked Before, live at the West Grandview Fringe Fest.
Wow, yeah.
Put on by OGP
Food Live
2017. By the time you hear this, you should already be getting ready for OGP West Grandview 2018.
That's right.
It'll be a while, is what I'm saying. So,
You've broken my brain. Can't think that.
let's see who we have at the table today. Our regular hosts are all here.
This is Steven.
Hi, I'm Amanda.
I'm Keith.
And Jimmy-Jerome. And we welcome back, because it's a William Campbell episode, and this guy always comes from William Campbell.
Yeah.
This is like fanatic. Nick.
Oh, I'm Nick.
And we have a new guest on the podcast.
I'm Marianne.
Yay, Marianne, who is Keith's wife.
The slash fiction about Spock and Kirk, I tend to bring up Marianne's name. So, any of
Queen
those
of
times.
Flash.
So, because it's a live festival and we're doing it, we chose a popular episode, The Trouble with Tribbles.
It's so much fun. I love
It
this
is.
episode.
It's a fun episode, yeah. And for those who, like me, do not remember the running gag about Chekhov, thinking, I thought that was something they did, like maybe a one-off.
Because they
it's
did
a
the
new movie,
right?
they did that all the time.
Oh no, they do it all the time in the original series. This is,
I was just saying, I don't remember it that.
I'd never heard of it before.
And so,
we've already seen it in another season 3 episodes.
All the Russian,
He claims that everything's made in
Season 2.
Russia.
yeah, and Star Trek Beyond, they really
We
hit
saw
that
it
nail
in the
on
last
the
couple
head,
weeks
which is
of
fine.
season 2
But like, I
episodes.
was like, that man, they're really playing that one-off
Watch the
joke
first
from
one.
the series. And I was like, oh no, apparently it's not a one-off joke. It's like the whole episode.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
So many people, when you're talking about the best Star Trek episode of all time, Stay on the Edge of Forever frequently gets brought up as like a drama, but those who like the more humorous side of Star Trek, this is the episode that gets brought up.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Keith, you're new to this. Do you think this deserves to be at the top of the Star Trek ranking?
Oh, I mean, it's fairly entertaining throughout. I mean, I wasn't coming in as cold as I would have liked for something like this, because of course this is probably one of the most famous episodes there is. I've seen little bits or clips or of it, but just.
But there are a few surprises.
Yeah.
I mean, growing up at least, even if you've never seen Star Trek, anytime they would show commercials for it, because back then you had to watch the commercials for the Time Life Star Trek collection, which I believe you have all the 4 discs or something,
I
right?
have all of them.
Oh, you have all of them now?
Not from Time Life, but
Oh.
when they first put Star Trek on
I thought
DVD,
that was what those were. No, well, anyway,
No,
they would
those
always
were
show
those
that
were-
clip of Kirk opening thing and the Tribbles just rained
Yeah.
out. Like, it's like, it's ingrained in people's memory.
Me too,
yeah, about all 40.
I got the calendar actually.
The calendar.
I actually watched it with my mom growing up, and it was a thing that we would do is watch Star Trek together. And throughout the years, my crushes on the Star Trek people always switched. Scotty, Chekhov in the movies,
The Tribbles.
only to the movies. For
The new
Chekhov.
movies?
The new movies
Yes.
is where I started liking Chekhov. I don't know why. But
Because
and
they're on
then-
the ocean.
but I always not the
That
new
was
Oh, not
not the
the
new
new.
movies. I'm talking
Chekhov
about.
from the new
Oh,
movies.
got
Oh,
right,
like,
Yes.
Wait, she's not talking
I'm
about
not talking
those.
about that one. I'm talking about
Original series movies.
yeah.
Oh, do you like
The
Mulder
80s.
Koenig?
Chekhov. Yes.
Okay.
The
right.
Star
We need
Trek
Chekhov
4 with the humpback whales
Yes.
was where he falls and gets concussions.
Yeah. Nuclear vessels.
Yes. That,
Say nuclear vessels.
I love
Captain
that
No.
episode, that movie, and then of course Leonard Nimoy always is
Oh.
always
Let
Leonard
the-
Nimoy is a total dreamboat.
yeah.
The
I
best-
mean, never Kirk though.
The best Chekhov line in this episode, though, was when he tried to claim Scotch was invented by a little lady in Leningrad.
Okay, I have to ask you though. So at any point, because I think also he needs to hear this to get his ego in check. At any point, do you have a crush on Shatner? It's Kirk.
Never.
Take that, Shatner. Boom. Right now, he's just like, what? What do you mean?
So, I just wanted to say, like, I know we talked about Keith hadn't seen this one before, but this is probably the episode I've seen the most.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's one that keeps, I mean, it's one that, like, if they're just going to show one episode somewhere, kind of like we're doing, this is what they show.
Right. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Would not show it out in public ever.
Yeah, and
We follow all the rules for the copyright.
at Jimmy's.
Yeah. Right
Now,
now.
they had some cool updated effects in this.
Yeah.
The
See,
But here's the
station.
The
Yeah.
updated effects didn't look good to me.
No,
Compared
this
to
is
the
it's the
original.
TV.
Yeah.
I
Compared to
think
the
if
original.
you see the regular HD TV, it's actually much more.
Having the
seamless.
Enterprise in the background in the office was really neat.
Yeah.
Well, the station was much more sophisticated than it was.
So-
originally.
Okay,
My-
so
I really want to see the original effects on this, but we can do that
Yeah.
at a different
Now,
time.
this space station is why I get so mad at Beyond, and like there's that space station in Star Trek Beyond. Like they were not at that level. This is the space
Right.
station level they were
Right.
at,
Yeah.
and that's frustrating to me.
Well, I don't remember the thing that got me started on the effects. This is where Keith and I had a disconnect earlier. Was the little triangle things that are on the tables in the conference rooms and 10-4 or whatever you want to call it. I just remember them lighting up in the original series for some reason, and then people would. So it's almost,
speakerphones?
It's almost like a con. Yeah, it's like a speakerphone.
Oh, they showed
Yeah,
pictures.
try-
But that's the thing, I don't remember that well, so that's why I was like, do they always do the pictures
Yeah.
like that? I mean, obviously it
Yeah.
looks better, but I mean, that's where I was. But no, the TV we were watching it does look a little bit more like it's almost like 70mm film.
So the thing that I noticed with this was the Enterprise supposed to be hovering outside, or was it
In orbit.
Because every time they had the thing, it was just sitting there in the picture.
It's moving.
Because every time I looked back at it, because I'd be watching the scene, and I look back and like, Enterprise is in the same location.
No, it was always moving across.
It's probably like they probably reused the effect because they're already
Oh, yeah.
I'll have to watch that when I get home.
Yeah.
It's like the Flintstones or something. It's just kind of like.
So, what about the story itself? What did we like? What didn't we like?
Weird choices from Shatner for Kirk.
Yeah.
I mean, there always are. But like, he came in at the end. I was like, dude, don't you see there are tribbles everywhere? And then he's just like he's like a weird power. It's like, yeah. What is that all about? Yeah, but no, I mean it's Shatner, so it's Kirk. So I don't know, but like, why are you doing yesterday? Like, what? There's no purpose.
Are
to
you
that.
doing
For
a
the
fist pump or
listening
something?
audience, yes.
Yeah,
Fist
so,
pump.
like, yeah, words are hard.
Well,
Words are hard.
initially they thought Shatner wouldn't do the scene where all the triples fall on him. But they said no, he totally was like, I'm going with I'll
Really?
buy the comedy. Yeah.
Oh, that was
That's-
hilarious.
I
Right, so-
love that scene.
Oh yeah,
Alright, so-
the expression on his face.
And the rest of the episode obviously is
Actually,
very like
I said
very,
this too. I was like, it's probably the most realist acting moment is when things keep falling down. He's like, whoa.
Oh,
Like,
Yeah.
Like, pulling him up,
Right.
and then they're bonking him in the head with them.
I
Yeah.
call it Buried Alive by Tribbles, and I call it boop moments because they always go like a little, and then he's doing all
Yeah.
those reaction shots to
Yeah.
it.
You know, there's crew members up in there just throwing them
Oh
down.
yeah, because they probably hate Shatner.
Yeah,
Well,
keep this.
Who
Well-
hate me?
Well, yeah, a couple of things. Well, first of all, while we're talking about that, I did want to say how much I enjoyed just the comic timing of just getting distracted mid-sentence while people are talking to him. He just casually looks, like every time one drops, he looks at the one that dropped. Whether it hit him or not, just like he just looks down at it sadly. And this guy is very resigned.
And we're making fun of him a bit
Yeah.
for it, but because of his reporter ego and stuff like that. But he does have good comic timing.
Oh, he's great.
And this is
Oh,
a good
yeah.
example of this.
Yeah.
Shatner is actually a good actor.
Oh yeah.
He has sometimes where he does kind of that like annoyed slow blink thing,
Yeah.
and like just subtle twitches, and it's so great.
and that scene in the one that follows in the office where they expose the Klingon spy.
Yeah.
You kind of feel like you're watching three different little stories here. There's the one about the grain, there's the one about the Klingons, there's going on with the Tribbles, and they all kind of mesh together in a nice way at the end. I
Very
like how everything just comes back.
When Gerald initially read the script, Gene Alcoon loved it, but they rejected it because it was like 2 hours long. So
It could have easily been. It was hard to get them
yeah.
in
So he's like, this is. So they sent him a rejection letter. They're like, but not because it's terrible. It's great. There's just no way we can do this.
So Gerald had Gerald come in. Gerald was like 22 when he wrote it. And he and GL Queen got to work together on it, yeah. And so finally they got it. And Nichelle Nichols said she was amazed how much they took out and kept it exactly the same. So which I think speaks to your having those 3 great stories and being able to.
So I'm curious then, how much did she? Did she read the original and then?
She must have seen the She must have, and because she, for Uhura, she had a bigger role in this one.
She said,
and of course there were some changes, such as this should have been Harry Mudd, and it became Cyrano Jones.
I was going to say that was like
because
Yeah,
she wasn't
I
available.
was thinking that's
Although if Harry Mudd had been sentenced to do this for 17 years, how would they have brought him back later in the season? Which they would.
He would find a way.
Oh, I know. He's a con man.
It's like Arkham Asylum. You can get out anytime you look.
Yeah.
And didn't they talk about having the same Klingon captain of Errand of Mercy, and he wasn't available?
Yes.
Yeah. So they brought a second Klingon captain.
To wit, so the end of what was the guy's name? Jones.
Cyrano Jones.
Cyrano Jones was the end of the episode. It ends with him. Obviously, spoiler alert. He he has to stay there and clean up all the Tribbles, which then created the conversation of, well, how did the Tribbles get off the Enterprise? And then it was the comical, oh well, there was no Tribble at all, sir. I beamed them onto the Klingon, I beamed them onto the ship. Well, here's the thing. My thing was, well, why don't you just? I would have no time cleaning that up. I would just vacuum them up and just throw them off.
I don't think it would really take 17 years. I mean, they cleaned up the Enterprise in a few hours. So I think they were just messing with them at the end.
I think they did.
That's a good point.
What I think they did was they used the teleporter and focused in on little small furry genetic things, and then they beamed them all out.
But they made a real.
But
I feel like
we've had issues with scanners in the Enterprise in past episodes. Like how detail oriented are they? How can they?
They took the heartbeat. They used McCoy's thing. They took the heartbeat out of everyone, and they
found the triple scenarios. But when you have 500 crewmen working on it, it's easier.
I knew that was the big thing. Is they were very clear and they were playing it up for laughs. Dude, this sucks for you.
Yeah.
But we take you to jail, or you were here for 17 years.
I really think they would take. I mean, it's a million objects. I mean, no matter what. I mean, I think if
and they're everywhere. They're hidden.
I think he would just use it like those things you use to pick up litter.
Yes.
But that's
Cyrano Jones
inhumane.
doesn't care.
Okay, so here's the other thing that always got me. Even when I was a little kid watching it, he says, "I would never put them into space.
Yeah.
I'm going to go send them to the Klingons,
Yes.
who are going to send them into space, which
Right.
is the same.
That's what I thought when I was a kid as well.
thing. I'm like,
Yeah.
you have
And then they laughed about
killed
it.
them.
It's
Okay.
funny though they use down the
Like
road
Roxy.
in Star Trek mythology that they'll mention Tribbles to Klingons, and Worf will be like, no, the Tribbles were this horrible scourge that the Klingons had to face.
Well, they call
This
them
whole thing.
a parasite,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and they really are.
Yeah.
But it sounds like the way they do it in the continuity, at least for novels and such,
Yeah.
is that the Klingons didn't manage to eradicate them all, and some got back to the home world and really spread.
So one of the things that I was thinking about when it comes to the Tribbles on the space station and Cyrano Jones having to clean them up for 17.9 years,
Yes.
I wonder if, because he's Spock, if he has already thought about how many of them will have access to food because he hasn't grabbed them and they'll keep multiplying.
I still think he was just messing with them, because we know Spock does that sometimes, and I don't know. I mean, the space station was bigger than the Enterprise, sure, but I still don't see it
I
taking
guess my
18
point was
years.
that even if they clean them up that quick, technically Harry Mudd could clean them up
Cyrano
quicker.
Jones
I'm just saying if they had Harry Mudd there
Yeah.
because he showed up that's what I was saying.
would have caught somebody.
Yeah, well, or he would have found a cheaper, quicker way to get rid of them.
He would have pulled a Tom
Or-
Sawyer and been like, "Oh man, it's so fun to paint this fence. It's
Or
so
went
fun to
back
pick
to
up these
the,
Tribbles."
or went back to the Tribble homeworld and found their natural predators, which we'll find when we get to the animated episode.
Yeah, but
Mm.
but then
I
that
really wanna
becomes
see
the
these
old
natural
that one episode of
predators.
Sun Studio
Yeah, that'd be
60,
them.
which is like what gets rid of let's get rid of Tribbles. Oh, well, this weird snake thing. Well, what gets rid of the snake thing? We
Right.
got to get this other thing, and now that weird thing is under the.
Yeah, I don't think the animated episode got that complex.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying that's worst case scenario if you did that. But whatever. Anyway.
Can we do our fashion beat?
Yes, we can.
Oh yeah.
Fashion. Okay, first of all, I have to say that Wooz is here today in the epic green shirt.
He just received a tip for it.
Here's the thing about the fashion. this is the only time I've ever seen things sideways.
Yeah.
Is this,
Oh, yeah, that's Kurt on the right.
I know, but
On the wraparound shirt.
only Kirk has that I've
Yes,
seen.
yes.
My concern
The
is
thing being the emblem.
the emblem. Yes, sorry,
The
his
Delta.
emblem is sideways. I just feel that that's
Disrespectful.
disrespectful.
Like putting a flag on the ground.
Yeah, like
No, it's not. Starfleet doesn't
No.
care. That's his leisure version.
Yeah, and I thought my uniform was fitting a little tight, and then I noticed Kirk's was as well, and I felt better. Like,
Yeah, all right. Kurt's
It's
is
very similar.
super tight
It
in
is.
this
Yeah.
one.
And
Like,
it's
there's a
even
few
like-
times you're like, oh, he's got the beard belly in this, in this
even
I felt a
episode.
lot better when I
few
saw
times
that.
when
Yeah.
he was like,
What about the waitress and the butterfly wings?
Oh my
Yeah.
god, there's
I didn't
so
catch
much
it.
fashion
I
in this
did.
episode.
There is.
Yeah, the waitress with the butterfly, which
I was like-
at first it looks like it's just a bow,
Right.
but it's not.
yeah. I was like, that's gonna be my new cosplay.
Do it. Oh my god. And then you
No,
could
it's
also, you
phenomenal.
could wear it to Star Trek stuff, and then because it's butterfly wings on your back for some reason, that also equates at the Renaissance Festival.
The tiniest wings ever.
They are. They're like, they fit right in the small of her back.
I want Cyrano Jones's coat. All of those pockets.
Wait.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Do you need some back pockets that you can
Velcro
never
is
reach?
still-
Yes.
I want all the pockets.
Some back pockets
I
with the
think
carpet
21st
camo
century
But
jacket.
Velcro
I
is still a
think figures
thing.
Oh, yeah.
this
That
were
was
like
totally
ripped,
what he
like
did.
the Velcro, because he
Velcro
had the
ripped
Velcro
off.
stuff.
I was
Why
like,
not? That's space age technology.
they just
yeah.
needed the sound on that one because
Yeah.
he just like, oh, let me just get in my pocket here.
Oh my god.
The Tribbles outfits were pretty sexy.
A lot of fur.
Multicolored.
I don't know if that's animal friendly, Jim.
They were very natural and organic.
I'm sorry, Gremlins totally Mogwai.
Yo, yeah.
Yeah.
Have to come from
Oh, yeah.
Tribbles
Yeah.
on
Don't
face
feed 'em.
level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the
Did
common
you-
theme in this podcast is everything comes from Star Trek.
Did you
Yes.
also see, like, on the front of his jacket, there were like two little spots, like in a backpack where you like stick pens?
Yes.
I like that part. At first, his stripy shirt, made me think of Where's Waldo.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
and here's the thing. I think that because of that, I instantly went to Harry Mudd and how he looks.
me too.
But because I feel like both of them look like the really like glammed up vaudevillian version of gypsies.
Yes, they are.
And
Uh-huh.
which is,
Yes.
yeah, the only thing he was
Bonnie.
missing was
Oh.
the big old earring.
Which
Harry Mudd has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the big old
Yep.
earring.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The
And
Bart.
they also hold their pinky up when they drink their drinks.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Like you're not why? Sorry.
And the Klingon outfit.
Well, the Klingon and the bartender also have some excellent.
Yeah, the bartender had a really interesting outfit. I
It's
really
like
liked that one. It was
very
tight,
And it was sparkly,
kind of leathery, I would
pink,
say.
yeah.
And pink.
but then it also had rainbow stripes. I was like, oh, he's fabulous.
But the Klingons, I noticed their buttons.
Yes.
Their buttons were very.
Yeah, I liked the little pins.
Like, almost like little snakes or something.
Yeah.
I like that. The
Yeah, the
rest of the
Klingon outfit
outfit.
had changed a little bit from the last time we saw
I
it.
always thought it was the undershirt was black, but it was more of a navy blue.
In this one.
Yeah,
yes.
in this episode,
Yeah.
which I could not tell on my phone, but could tell on the larger
But,
screen.
but again, it comes down to was that setting off? Was it also actually navy blue, but it looks black to us when we watched
Maybe.
it?
No, because their pants still look black.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Because I
noticed
did
that.
look at that because I thought the same thing, but then I looked and you
Okay.
could see other black things next to it.
Yeah.
I don't know if
The
this
jumpsuit.
comes in fashion, but it's makeup. The Klingons weren't as ashen and blackface.
Yes, as the
last
last
episode.
one that we saw.
Yeah,
The one guy had one little streak in one scene. You could see a little extra. That's
Yeah,
like a
but
little
it-
extra normal makeup.
Right, because that was
In
I
HD.
forget which one in season
Aaron
one.
to Mercy.
Yeah, where I was like,
Everyone had- they
look
oh,
like-
this
they
is
look like
on the verge of blackface, guys.
Well, it seems like they were
Yeah.
making up for. They
Well,
were,
one of them does.
Yes.
The guy who played Sherlane did not.
No, he did not.
William Campbell,
Yeah,
like
William
Koloff.
William
And
Campbell.
They planned on bringing Koloff back too at some point, but they never.
And they did in Deep Space Nine.
Exactly. They did
Ah,
that, but they
okay.
wanted to in the third season. It just didn't happen.
Korkang and Koloff, the three Klingon captains from the original, all returned Deep Space Nine. Same actors, same characters.
Oh wow.
Keith.
yeah, I was just saying that I think that's because they were evolving the look to
Yeah.
to
Oh,
use
absolutely.
to use facial hair instead of like skin.
Yeah.
Well, it was interesting. The Klingon spy that disguised himself as human
Right.
looked different from the Klingons. Like there
Yeah,
was
just-
a noticeable
just
difference.
shaved.
besides-
But if you looked really closely, he also looked a little bit different than like the ambassador guy.
Just because he looked a little Middle Eastern or something.
Yeah,
They-
it was-
I don't
he looked
know.
racially different. That was
Yeah,
pretty much
they
it.
did something with the makeup
Yeah.
to make
Yeah.
him look different. But both
Arden
of their
Darwin, played by Charlie Brill.
Okay.
Best known for silk stockings.
Oh,
Isn't that weird that anytime the Klingons have a traitor in the mist, they either don't look Klingon or they technically are working for the Klingons, like in Undiscovered Country. It's the Vulcan.
Yeah, half Romulan.
The half Romulan, half Vulcan.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you're going to be a spy, why would you pick a Klingon to do it?
Well, no, right, but I mean,
Klingons are very subtle.
I mean,
No.
it's easy to find a Klingon spy.
Yeah.
You just always carry a Tribble with you.
Oh my
That's it.
god. When Kirk is like taunting him with them, I love that.
Also, I felt like there was a button in there, like he was really enjoying. He was starting to have fun with it. I feel at one point I was like, oh, he's not Kirk anymore. That's Shatner having
Yeah.
fun. Also, don't you think though? I felt like maybe it was the first officer was the one who helped. Like I felt the captain might have been oblivious to what was going on.
Yes.
But no, I think that he was actually involved. I guess the way they shot that, it made it felt like no, the first officer and the senator's assistant are the guys who poisoned the.
That's what I got too. I didn't think Koloth was involved. I thought it was Korax, played by Michael Pataki.
Yeah.
I definitely got the impression the first officer was involved, which we used in the university.
Also, did they
to avoid condemning the captain.
Did they weirdly bow the last time the Klingons were on? They did the weird bow thing.
At the end, I think I don't know.
They
if
did at the beginning too when they were there.
Oh,
But I'm
okay.
talking about like when they were last on Star Trek.
Oh,
Because
okay.
this is like their second or third.
Yeah.
Second.
Second.
So did they do that in the last time too?
Yeah, I don't
Maybe that's
remember.
what we
I
were-
was also
yeah,
really
yeah.
focused more on like the makeup in that
Yeah.
episode.
Well, I
because it
guess
was more
to me,
distracting.
like the Klingons, like the makeup, but like their mannerism is like they're like hardcore. They have no, almost how like the Vulcans has Nimoy has created the Vulcans to have no
Right.
emotion. They don't respond. They don't flinch. Like they do that in a very warlike manner. So like the Tribbles might scare the crap out of them, but like they would, I feel they would never bow unless it was some kind of like battle thing, and they're not there for battle.
I think again that might be one of those, like he was saying, they're still developing
Well, right.
the idea of the character, and if this is only the second time they're there, you know, like
Aren't
I
they usually
wonder-
pretty good at carrying that over? I guess.
not at this point.
no.
No.
Okay,
No,
well, there you
we
go.
found a
The
lot.
Angel series is not
Well,
consistent.
ladies and gentlemen, the groans from the audience.
I know the four of us are like,
Okay.
I did enjoy the litany of insults that the first officer throws at Kirk. And again, this is another episode where we learn the Klingons know a lot about Kirk, even more about Kirk, enough to hate him and compare him to the Nevian slime devil.
Yeah.
Well, something I just realized I should probably mention is Mudd's second appearance actually happened before this. We're recording this out of order because of the live show today. Mudd's appearance is earlier in the second
so
season.
you'll hear us discuss it.
As if this was the second time
You-
Mudd would have
I
appeared.
mean, you've heard us discuss it
Right.
before. We totally.
So Mudd could have showed
have
up
done
a
that.
third time, and this
Somebody
This
right
would have
now-
been his third and final time, so it would have been okay if it was 17.
Somebody right now is just realizing that he's not coming back for a third episode. We're
Right.
really bummed. So
I understand.
What else do we have? Anything else about fashion?
I just had that the trader and the ambassador guy. They had the suits with no collars,
Yeah.
which to
The
me
Euro jacket.
it always makes me think like they're bad and they're totally quote unquote the man and they must be toppled.
Right.
I was instantly reminded of prom growing up because people would wear those kind of like those jackets
Yeah.
with no like collar, pop collar at the top, and they would wear it to prom. And I was just like, oh, they're going to a fancy black tie. Sorry.
And I think they're the man. It must be toppled.
I'd say my favorite scene in this episode is the one where, first of all, they taunt Scotty and Chekhov in the bar, and then the follow-up to that where Kirk is berating them and figuring out what happened. I really enjoy that interchange. And the rule of three joke as it unfolds, insult the crew, insult the, Kirk, insult the ship. I mean,
Yeah.
it feels very
Rule
good
of
comic
three.
timing.
Because you
And I
usually
just
don't like
really
that.
enjoy that. No, not
Well,
all
you're
the
right.
time.
You do not seem to enjoy that.
Well, what do you
That's what you're thinking wrong.
Speaking of that, I mean, we should probably also mention that you drew some inspiration from that in particular for.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It
Yeah.
did not at all appear in a Universe Journey episode.
The Universe
And,
Journey episode, the
Not-
conundrum with come-ons, we skipped the Tribble element altogether.
Right.
And it's basically that bar
But-
scene.
Yes, that's a major set point.
Yeah.
And I think later on, her reminded me of that with her fasting for the Tribbles is almost like her and the bums.
Yeah.
It kind of like, you can almost see a certain
Now
kind
that's
of thing.
Nick
That
and
would,
That's a neat
Yeah.
thing because I was trying to think of how could Togalati be.
Yeah.
I figured she has to be obsessed with something anyway.
Yeah.
Well, what other notes for this episode?
So I was looking at IMDb, and
Yes.
it said, during the famous bar fight, careful observers will note that the tables are broken, but the chairs remain intact. The tables were studio property, but the chairs were rented.
Yeah.
Nice.
So they didn't break any of them.
They had to go around and gather up.
The
get
comic
same amount
timing of
chairs, and
that
that was
was
their thing. It's like,
so
you
good.
cannot break those.
That scene where the bartender flees immediately, Cyrano Jones helps himself behind the bar, then like makes his way through the fight, and it's just for the bartender to steal the drink at the end. That was all hilarious.
Well, I wanted to talk about that is because the fight scene in this,
well choreographed.
it's long.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Long.
It's probably the longest fight scene.
Definitely.
And there were definitely scenes where James Stohan and Walter Koenig were part of that scene. It
That's what I was
wasn't
gonna
just
say,
stunt
too.
doubles.
Yeah.
I was looking at the stunt double, was like,
Yeah,
I feel like the stunt doubles were the other crewmen, basically.
yes.
And they have some hardcore sound effects going on.
Yeah.
It's the
Yeah.
Yeah.
like back and forth, which, with eyes closed could be a different sort of scene. And then, the whole thing with it also has the broad comedy going on with Cyrano Jones, where he almost has this Jackie Gleason feel to him.
Yeah.
And the music in that scene sounds like Gilligan's Island to me.
Yeah.
Well,
It doesn't fit with the
That
other
didn't-
Star
that didn't
Trek
fit with
music.
me.
I thought the timing was good up until the very, very end because I thought it was funny, but this is where I think it missed the mark just a skosh, which was
I think
because
I'm going with
the bartender came in a second too late
Oh.
when he's holding the drink because he's just he holds it and does
He's
the
doing the
overdraft
huge
thing,
flourish.
but then he does it, he holds it out longer. I'm like, should have been there.
See, two things. I think
Okay.
when the bartender comes in and gets it, he should have been early, and then when Cyrano gets the other one out, he should have reached back in and got that.
Exactly.
Yes, that's what has to happen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Stephen,
it
I
felt
need
like
you
they
to go
needed
back in
Cyrano.
time
I
50 years.
It felt like they wanted Cyrano to win that scene. And
Yes.
That's why they had that extra.
Well, the
that's
flourish
fine.
with the drink just goes on and on.
I think him pouring the drink out, by the way, is him winning.
Yeah.
But-
Yeah.
Sorry. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you think
Yeah, which is fine. But if I had directed,
That's what I'm saying. If
Yeah.
they reached back, it would have.
I'm not one to question the great Joseph Pepney, who directed.
You could say
many
that the
episodes.
flourish was his way of conning the bartender into noticing that once we drink the back
That's
after he
true.
takes it away. Like,
That's
oh, you caught me. I got this one. Anyway,
I have a couple more notes specifically about Tribbles.
Okay.
Their sounds like a dove cooing.
Yeah.
It's a dove crossed with a, it's in here, with owl screech.
Oh, okay.
So they're very
It's
bird-like, which is
bird-like.
interesting.
Because they call it purring, but it doesn't sound
Right.
like purring.
It sounded a tad bit like purring to me. It says dove coos, screech owl cries, and air escaping from a balloon.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, but
So far.
at one point, Bones says they're bisexual. They
That's
will
what
reproduce
he said.
anything, and I'm like, I don't think bisexual means what you think it
Yeah.
means.
No,
Bones.
you meant asexual.
That's what I'm.
Yeah.
This has changed in the future. Bisexual is now synonymous.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Also, he said they have no teeth. How the hell do they eat?
with a little suction.
They suck it in.
Like
Little tiny
Osmosis.
grains.
Yeah, they dissolve it and kind of.
I just like that they, instead of excreting waste product, they basically reproduce.
Yeah.
Like that's their excretion is children.
Uh-huh. They're
Well, I
just
think that could apply to some people
having-
as well.
But isn't there something about it's not as fun because they're not doing anything? They
Yeah.
just reproduce without actually
Yeah, there's no intercourse. It's
Banging.
asexual. Yep.
Yep, there's no tribble banging.
No.
No, they just do what they want.
Which made the triple porn parody kind of awkward.
Two things. The one thing two things that really inspired Gerald to come up with triples. One was rabbits being introduced in Australia.
Yep.
Yeah, Rabbit
That
Proof
was-
Friends is a great
yeah.
movie, by the way.
And then actually Heinlein wrote I think it was a novel or a short story, and talked about these things called the flat cats that sound a lot like tribbles. So the department at Paramount or whatever, the designated that checks these things, were like, you might want to take a look at this. So they checked with Heinlein. He was like, nah, that's fine. Whatever, go ahead. He's like, I just want a signed copy of the script. And there's differing stories about this.
Oh.
Because there's the story where Gerald's like, oh yeah, I just want to sign a copy of the script. He's like, go for it. But then later, reportedly, Heinlein was like, well, yeah, I thought it was just going to be a one-time thing. If I'd have known this thing was going to go on for 40 years, I'd ask for more money.
Yeah.
But,
More than a
so
signed
he's probably like,
script.
sure, kid, sure, 22-year-old kid, yeah, goofy show. Go ahead.
It
Just
says
fix
here
that.
the
Go for
episode
it.
is
Yeah.
based on a short story by Pigs
Short
and
story,
Chicks
yeah.
by Ellis Parker Butler.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they said Heinlein actually even his
Yeah.
one he might have got it from somebody else.
That's
Too.
What's your alternate episode?
Oh God, I didn't even have one.
That's the one.
Let me come back to me.
What was that question?
Alternate
Does he have an
episode.
alternate episode?
Who's always named?
Well, it would be.
I feel like just watching the comedy of The Bartender and Cyrano Jones is a spin-off sitcom.
Well, one thing I did write was we see all these different space bars. So yeah, I think it would be Space Bar Makeover.
It would be Space Cheers.
That would be the
And Cyrano is Norm.
Yeah.
Actually,
I
no,
have-
Cyrano stuck there for 17 years. He becomes Norm.
There you go.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
see?
Right.
That's
Yeah.
exactly
Say,
what
let's
it
see
is.
Oh,
what
and-
happened on the way to the space station.
Butterfly waitress is Carla.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
See?
Well,
See?
one of them's
Space
pretty
Cheers.
like Carla.
Sure.
And the other one, that's the red one, pink one. The other one,
The
green
butterfly
one,
wings is Shelley Long.
is Shelley Long.
There you go.
They both
That's
have
what
those
Rebecca
butterfly
comes.
wings.
There you
The
go.
pink
And
one
Rebecca
and the-
refuses to wear the butterfly costume. And she asked for
Oh.
50%. I'm sorry. That's way too much cheers for this episode.
Now you're moving into Star Trek territory where Christy Alley would not return for Star Trek 3.
Oh, there you go.
Too much money.
There you
You could
go.
also do a Christmas special where the Tribbles are like, the Ewoks.
What's
Oh,
yes.
yes.
This came out December
They have to talk to each other.
26th.
So this is
what
their
if this
Christmas
was
episode.
Christmas episode, which makes sense.
Which is
because-
perfect.
That
It
is
is
perfect.
it's actually.
And because it came out after Christmas, they didn't have to worry about all the kids demanding Tribbles from their parents for
Yeah.
Christmas.
Oh my God, can you
Because
imagine
they
if
would
this
not
had
have
even come
merchandising.
out like a week before?
So, was it you or Barbara Barnett was like, her mom or somebody I know said their mother wrote to the studio and asked for a Tribble for their child, and they're like, well, due to demand, we can't give them out. There's only so many Tribbles to go around.
You
There
are
is a million of them.
Yeah, there were
They
a
didn't do the
million.
merchandising.
There were a million.
Yeah, a million
Spock
Tribbles.
said
There
it.
weren't really a million.
Lies.
In television, they say things but do something different.
I think they actually made 500.
I can't accept
Well,
it.
500.
The ones that were coming down, they weren't on camera. They were put,
So I think they just cut up the hornet and rolled them up in the balls.
Yes. Well,
What
I
time
mean,
is it?
the production design on this is actually a really,
Yeah.
it's done really well.
It is. I mean, I love the pile of Tribbles. That alone would be hard to execute.
The big other note I had was about Uhura.
Yeah.
When she's like, she finally gets to go on shore leave, and she says the thing like, well, how often do I get to go on shore leave? Which tells you never. And
Of course, she was going shopping.
well,
Yeah,
that was,
cliche.
well, that's my next point is, all these guys are going on shore leave. They never have a change of clothes. Why is there no? We know Janice Rand had a change of clothes. She had her relaxing clothes.
Uh-huh.
But
And Kirk has his relaxing top.
yeah, exactly. But nobody else
maybe
does.
2019,
costume budget.
budget.
Remember, they have the shoes and the shirts that dry themselves and clean themselves. Maybe they went to that
that's
level.
Right.
They're just
Also-
in such a hurry to get down there, they just didn't bother
It's like,
changing.
shore leave!
They just run to the transporter.
Also, why? Okay, I mean, I love the pairing up of Chekhov and Uhura
Uh-huh.
because that's just to me a weird
Yes.
pairing up.
Yeah.
You're
I
like,
don't remember
hey,
them
you're
ever
going
being
down, I
paired
guess
up.
I'll go have too.
Let me put it this way: I never seen them paired off together and then nobody else. That's what it was.
The other
They
note
were
I
on a
had
date, it didn't work out.
was when Uhura was petting that Tribble and holding it. I wish I was a Tribble at that moment.
Okay.
Also, she blowed
She's
on it
so
at one
pretty.
point too. If you remember.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, not only do they have the cliche of she's the woman, so she wants to go shopping on shore leave, but then also when Spock's like, Tribbles have done nothing for us, and she's like, they've given us love. Like, oh, it's so gross. And then, Kirk is like, oh, even sometimes if there's too much, that's not a good thing. I'm just like, oh, okay, make her the most cliche woman. But at least she got to actually do stuff in
Yeah.
this
I was
episode.
Yeah.
pleased with that.
She had
I
lines,
Yeah. And
character motivations.
got to see like
Yeah.
Her does do
behind,
like
you know,
one or
not
two
just the
good
back of her
things.
head.
So
Yeah.
that's really what it is. It's Uhura.
And
It's not
she
what it
does
came
join the weird Austin Powers laugh at the end.
Oh, she,
No.
yeah. She was like, having to hold her stomach. It was so funny.
Meanwhile,
Well, that's kind of the ending they emulate in the film, sort of, only less cheesy.
Yeah.
yeah.
And there's no Tribble at all.
committed back to quarter of a species.
Laugh
We need to wrap up here.
Yes.
Any other notes you wanna-
Rick, isn't that
I like
genocide
the
with
idea
extra
of
steps?
Sherman's plan.
Sherman's plan?
Yeah, like
I felt like that was a dumb name.
Genocide with
yeah,
extra steps.
like
Were they trying to do some sort of like?
I think it's kind of a like whoever like if you discover
okay.
just like
This is Steve's planet.
yeah exactly yeah like you have explorers who
Really?
discover
Thought
It
planets.
was
Yeah.
supposed to be like some
But
sort of
you think
reference
it
to
would be a
General
last name
Sherman.
instead of
Yeah,
a-
exactly. Yeah. Well, unless it was his last name, but yeah, it sounds like
it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see what I'm? Yeah, I thought maybe it was some sort of reference, but
I liked all the smackdowns that Spock and Kirk had in this episode.
And Spock and McCoy got some jabs in on
Yes.
it.
Yeah, also, it felt like it took a while for McCoy to show up. Usually McCoy's like there at the beginning.
Yes.
Even in like in the back, he wasn't even there for that. He took him like, what, 10, 15, 20 minutes?
it took a while.
He had his rounds.
We didn't even have any classic, like, damn it, Jim,
No.
Yeah, it was all-
I'm a doctor, not a veterinarian.
Yeah.
It's
Sorry,
truly the
fun,
spot.
fun fact. General William Tecumseh Sherman was from Lancaster, Ohio. Just fun fact. Do we do episode ranking?
We're going to record that separately when we
Okay.
catch up to this point.
The one other thing I like was Spock saying they remind him of the lilies of the field. Neither do they toil, nor do they spin.
Oh,
Yeah.
there was some great Spock stuff in this
Spock
episode.
had a lot of good
I
stuff.
like when he actually is being charmed by the Tribble, and he's like, "I'm immune," and they all look at him, and he's like, "Yeah." And he has
Let me
a
put
little,
this down.
he has a
Okay.
liver spat with bones.
Yeah.
It's so adorable.
Like you do.
Both of them are like, "I like Tribbles better than you. I like Tribbles better than you." I'm like, "Aw, you love each other. Just make out."
Also, did we mention that the guy who played Mindy's father from Mork and Mindy is the senator?
I'll tell you now, Kirk.
Well, especially when Kirk is buried alive by Tribbles, and he's like, "Oh, I got you now.
This
You're
is
gonna
unaccept-
get a court-martial."
That's unacceptable.
You're going down
I'm
for
gonna
this.
get you. I don't think a 1920s spelling.
Kirk also has a bad rep. The Federation, not just on the Klingon
Canadian.
side. Everyone
Does he really?
It seems like people have it in for him. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's because, as we saw, he's one of the youngest captains in the Star
He
Fleet.
was the youngest guy.
For Laven.
I think it's because he's so sassy, but I like his sassiness in this episode.
He rebels against rules, thinks he's above them.
That's right.
I mean, he's the only one
Until
to win the
rules
Kobayashi
make me lose something I love so much. Like stop.
Right.
Spoiler alert.
Final thoughts.
It's a really fun episode.
it's a great episode. Yeah, it's.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Keep seeing it again. I brought back all the memories. It was very good.
It's consistent. It's got Klingons. The funny parts are funny. The Spock parts are super cool.
Yeah.
And it's,
Shatner is Shatner.
and it's
Kirk is
still
Kirk.
funny.
It
It
is.
was still funny after all these years.
Yeah,
Holds up.
it does.
It does.
Which is also a song. Sorry.
And in case the audience didn't catch it, Scotty at the end performed Genocide with Extra Steps.
That is the best point we can end on, I think. The sound quality is about to change as we go into rankings.
I like the episode too. It's okay.
Yeah, you can't be what Keith said. Because as we mentioned before, we're recording this out of order, so we'll do the rankings later when we get to it. But thank you, live audience, for joining us today. And enjoy the rest of our favorite.
So this is going to sound a little different than the rest of the episode so far, but Stephen, Keith, and I have returned to do our rankings.
Yeah.
And Jess, for some reason, who's done the last couple of weeks, is here, even though she wasn't in the Trouble with Tribbles episode.
That's awesome.
I
Thought she
know.
could drop it.
I'm so glad she's here. So I'm sure she's probably going to pick a man of Star Trek from this episode.
Yeah.
Well, I think she already decided it wasn't a man.
It's a Tribble.
It's a
Or
tribble.
Tribble.
Yeah.
She's going with the Tribble.
Going to the Tribble.
It knocks out Cybo for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
That's
fuzzy.
fair. It is fuzzy. Steven, you want to stick with Yeoman Tankers?
Yeah.
Okay. I am as well, because, yeah. Keith, are you sticking with Merged Headford, or do you want to change? A couple of those Tribbles had some nice round shapes. Or Cyrano Jones, man. He was rocking it with that coat.
It's a great coat.
Well, I mean, we fought over dishes last week, but I think it's probably going to be okay for a bit. So, I mean,
And
sure
where,
it'll be fine.
where do we want to rank this episode? Start at the
Start
bottom?
at the top.
Oh,
Yeah,
top.
I think probably near the top.
Journey to Babel. Babel. This may be unpopular. I think it should go below.
Yeah. I think so too.
Jesse hasn't seen either one. I love it. I love it.
As much as we loved it when we did that episode,
Oh, it's a great episode.
It
I'm not
is.
knocking it,
It
but
is.
it's
Yeah.
not the best episode of Star Trek ever.
No, I meant Babel.
But Babel was
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
It was so good.
I'd be okay with this
Spock-
being
meeting
below.
Spock's parents
Yeah.
and all the backstory. Yeah.
Oh, that one. Okay,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Next one down is Mirror Mirror.
I missed that one too.
Yeah.
Dang, all these ones that I've heard of.
That one's
I
awesome.
haven't
Oh,
seen.
these are awesome. You should check the ones at the top here. You should
And
definitely
Amok
watch.
Time.
The top 5: Amok Time, Doomsday Machine, I Mud. Those 5, you should definitely watch those 5.
I think I'm more partial to Mirror Mirror, so just not in it.
Keith,
So
They're, I mean, as far as iconic episodes go, they're pretty close together. I would
They
say.
are,
But,
they
yeah.
are.
What do you think? Above or below Mirror Mirror?
Oh God, below. But I mean, it's
Okay, good.
They're
I
both-
was waiting to see if I needed to be the tiebreaker, but I'm putting below as well.
they're
Okay.
both important,
Yeah. Amok Time.
just in different ways.
I think it's above Amok Time.
I agree.
Yeah.
Keith?
Yeah, I'm
Cool,
thinking
big
about that. I'd say above.
Yeah, good. I think we're unanimous then. We're going to put it below Mirror Mirror, but above the Amok Time.
Yep.
And I'm sorry that the rest of our group for this episode didn't get away in. That's the problem with they all are at the bar getting another drink.
That's right.
As we celebrate OGP's West Grandview Fringe Fest, which unfortunately you missed this year, but we'll be back in August
That's
again.
right. That's right.
So go to Facebook, and if you're not local to Columbus, this is something you should come to Columbus for.
Yeah.
It's a really awesome festival with a lot of things going on. You don't have dates for August next year.
Not yet, but
It'll be August.
It'll be in August.
It'll be
yeah.
August
2018.
20. Yeah.
Yeah.
Come back for OGP's West Grandview Fringe Fest. Next week, we'll be talking another Star Trek episode. The Gamesters of Triskelion.
Oh wow.
Kirk, Uhura, and Chekhov are trapped on a planet where abducted aliens are enslaved and trained to perform as gladiators for the amusement of bored, faceless aliens. This is the one featuring the first interracial kiss on television?
No, that's later. That's season 3.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Why did I think it was Gamesters?
Isn't this the Triskelion?
Of course, what got them
Isn't that the name
canceled.
of the-
Triskelion, sorry.
Isn't that the name of the?
Oh, you're right. I
ship
see
on
Uhura,
the
and that's not the
Avengers?
outfit.
Yeah. No.
Yes, is it?
What is that?
The Avengers.
In the Avengers, their giant flying ship.
Oh.
Triskelion.
The Triskelion.
This episode will feature a lot of the battle music,
Yeah.
and
Oh, and women in silver bikinis.
yeah, it's
Fun.
one of the most. We throw the word iconic out, but her outfit is
So Triskelion
One of
is
the
a
great ones.
motif consisting of a triple spiral exhibiting rotational symmetry.
oh, and that's what the arena looks like.
It can represent 3 bent human legs.
Huh.
And yes, it is in Marvel. It's the island headquarters of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh wow.
In the
Huh.
But I swear that's what they named the ship.
I-
The flying
I think
ship.
so too.
It's
certain other.
not as
media.
close to that for sure. Primary headquarters, that makes sense. They probably just moved their headquarters from the island to the sky, I'm guessing.
Right?
Mhm.
I'm guessing. We'll see. Anyway, Gamesters of Triskelion.
Yeah.
Why do I've always called it Triskelion. It's Triskelion?
Yeah.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
So join us next week for that. Actually, Barbara Barnett's in there somewhere. Her next one is after Obsession, before
Oh, okay.
Wolf in the Fold.
Okay.
So, yeah. Gamesters of Triskelion, join us next week. And for all the people who are already at the bar drinking and can't join us, live long and prosper.